Hi guys, if you haven't subscribed on our channel, please do hit the notification bell and enjoy this chapter.
Bonjour.
Hi.
Hi.
Pleased
Now
to
you
meet
said
you.
you're gonna choose different accents for me.
Yeah, now I'm going to speak really English.
English accent?
English accent.
Okay. So how are you really doing, Jazz?
I'm fine. I'm happy. I'm living now in Dubai, so much better than before when I was in France. Now I feel free and happy.
So you connect Dubai to being happy.
Exactly. For me, Dubai is, it's a long story, but like really bad things happened to us in France. So we ran away from France and we came to live here in Dubai. So now it's like, for me, it's like, you know, your magic star. Here you're safe, here you're fine, here you're happy, here people are taking care of you. So it's good.
So who are you?
I'm Jazz. I'm 28 years old. I'm married. I have 2 kids and our name is JLC Family. We have like a TV reality show in France. I started alone on TV. Then I met my husband and I got him into the TV show, to do TV shows. But he was like, no, I don't like TV shows. And I was like, why we don't do our own TV show? And then we had our kids. They're named Chelsea and Caden. So I said, let's go for JLC Family. And that's how we started.
And how it's been a long time you're doing this, or?
This has been now, we have our own TV show. It's been like for 2.5 years.
Okay, so we go back. How was your childhood?
Me? When I was small?
Yeah.
Ooh. I come from England. Then I went to live in France. And I've been a little girl that was very happy. And then when I came to a teenager, everything went bad. Very bad. I was not a very good girl. I was quite a naughty girl. And then I just didn't want to go to school, didn't want to go to work. And my mum would always tell me, what are you going to do in life? And I was like, I don't know, but I'm going to be famous. And I was like, Jazz, please stop. My real name is Jasmine.
Okay, I was going to ask you actually.
Yeah, my real name is Jasmine.
Yeah.
And she was like, you have to like go to school, you have to go to work. And I was like, no, I will never do this because this is not me. I know that one day I would just do something completely different. And so me and my mum were like always fighting until I just managed to go where I wanted to go on TV.
You have an Arabic background, like your mom or dad.
Yeah.
It's a very Arabic thing to say you have to study, you have to finish.
Yes.
We are brought up that way.
Here also?
Everywhere. Like I think the Arab world, I think even the Asian, like in Asia, they're very strict on education. I think America and Europe are not as strict as Arabs and Asians when it comes. We had a guest last week, and when I asked them, "Who are you?" the first thing they said, one said, this title, like, let's say, I don't want to say who it is so people don't know, but she said like something, I'm an engineer, I'm a lawyer, or what. The first thing when I said, who are you? They said their degree. Yeah. That shows you how in Arabic families, it's so important for them. So I understand if your mother or father was like pushing you to study. They want your security.
Me to go to school. Like for her, school was so important. But for me, it was not important because like I'm someone very honest in life. And for me, the only thing that's true is who you are. And not what people are waiting for you to be. So me, like, even if people they like or don't like what I'm doing, I would still do it. Because if I feel happy, I would do it. And that's always been like this since I'm small.
Really?
So my family, I would tell them, I'm not going to school because this is not where I'm happy, because it's not what I want to do. I'm going to do something else. And they're like, everyone was just coming crazy and saying to me, my mum would like scream, kick me outside, say, you don't want to go to school? Go outside. And still, I wouldn't go to school. So she would just take me back and say, what are we going to do? And I was like, it's going to come one day or another. I just believe in our destiny, you know?
But it's funny, Jazz, because usually, which number are you in the family of the kids?
1.
The first one?
Yes.
Interesting. Because usually the middle one is the rebel, you know? Like they go different.
No, I'm
the first one. I'm the first one. And we're usually the
leaders.
Not only, we have to be the good ones, like reliable, responsible. And we don't have that older brother or sister that says, it's okay, go out. I won't tell anybody. So I was always trying to be a good
the example.
Son, but I'm not also typical. But in your case, what I want to ask is, how did you muster that much courage and stubbornness? You're stubborn, obviously, but from a young age. Usually people grow up and say, this is what I want to do. I figured it out now.
Yeah.
Not from a young age. So why were you, do you know, like, how was that possible at a young age?
Okay, happened like some crazy things to me when I was very small. Like I had a motorbike accident with my friend. He died, I didn't die. A lot of things like this happened in my life, and I was like, just something is going wrong. Something is going wrong. Like, how can these things happen? For me, I never have anything. All the people, they have, like, it happened so many times. I had like I was saying, my friend, we had accident, he died, I didn't die. 1 month after, my best friend, we was having party, she fell out the rooftop, she died also. Wow. And I was like, every time, why are all these people like happening so bad things? And they are so young. What have they done in their life to happen this? Nothing. And I was like, what did she do in her life? Go to school, go home, have a drink with one friend? She didn't even have time to do what she wants to do. So when I started realizing all this, maybe at 13, 14 years old, I was like, I'm going to do what I want to do. Because maybe tomorrow I'm not here anymore. Maybe one day, I don't want one day to think, oh, it's too late. I'm finished, you know, I'm not here anymore. So just go for it and believe in what you want to believe. This is what I always say, and I will say this to my kids. I would never force them to nothing. What do you want to do? You want to do this? Okay, do it. When you want to do it, it's the most important to believe in yourself and believe in God instead of believing in what people are asking you to do or what your family thinks right for you. Of course, your mum will always think right for you because our mums is our mums. They love us and they want the good for us. But who better than yourself can know what's good for you? That's how I think.
I think you think well. I think also that we know where our parents' intentions are. Yeah. They intend good. Of course. You know, in the end, we're their kids. They want us to be happy. But what they think is happiness for them doesn't mean it's happiness for you.
Exactly.
And that's where I think a lot of parents would say, you have to be a doctor. It's the best thing. Yeah, in your eyes.
Yeah.
Not in my eyes.
Exactly.
And I think a lot of parents should be asking a much more important question. Are you happy as a child? What makes you happy, my baby, my habibi? What makes you happy?
Yeah.
Wallah, Baba, I want to do this. I want to do karate. I want to paint.
Yeah.
Go.
Yeah.
And if you don't like it, you're going to grow out of it. And if you like it, you might be the best painter.
Exactly.
I think it's we just ask the wrong question with our kids. We're like, I noticed a lot of footballers or who never made it as footballers, they want their kid to be a footballer. You wanted to be a footballer. You didn't make it, doesn't mean it has to be. So it's a very selfish way of looking that you think your kids should do what you want them to do.
Yeah. So, and to be very, very honest, what you're saying is true. Because my mum, when she was small, she was a singer in England. Okay. So she wouldn't go to school. She had to work. She had to go and sing.
So that's where you took
and she wanted to go to school. So then she wanted us to go to school every day.
Yes.
And I was like, that's what you wanted in your life, not what I wanted.
So it's very important to disconnect from what we want, what we think our best friend should do, what we think is our young brother should do.
Yeah.
It's not about us.
Exactly.
You really have to, not what you think is nice doesn't apply to somebody automatically just because you think it's nice. But that's the problem in the world.
In the world, that's what
they want you to do. The moment there is a nice quote, it said, people will say you've changed when you stop living the way they want you to live. So they'll say, Jazz, you've changed.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, of course I changed, but maybe not on your taste. I just changed.
Yeah.
Jazz, you said earlier that so many, because you said a lot of general things. Now I want more stories. You said we left France because a lot of bad things happened. And my God, I got to research yesterday from the team and so many rumors. And I don't like rumors. So I like when I have the person to hear their side of the story. Yeah. So I'm going to say some things. It might be bullshit. It might be real. Yeah. So I read that there was a robbery in France, which you both experienced, and it was catastrophic, like really bad. And that's why you're like, okay, we need to leave. Yeah,
this is true. One night we was coming home from Dubai. We went on holiday here. We went back to our house in France. And maybe 8 p.m., I hear screaming. My husband was screaming. And I was like, what's this? What, he's watching football? And I was in the bed with my baby. And then this guy came in front of my bed. He had mask. He just pulled my hair on the floor. He took me in the living room with my baby. He tied me on the chair. He took my husband. He stabbed him in the leg. And they took everything in our house. They slapped my husband so many times. Me, I was stuck on the chair crying because I thought we was going to die. And I was like, I wanted to open the window and throw Chelsea outside because I was like, she cannot die like this. She cannot die with us. And in my head, it's like, this is all our fault because we're famous. Or we should have never been famous. And I was like, so panicking. And at the same time, I couldn't see him no more because they dragged my husband in the bathroom. They were shooting in the ceiling. This was madness. And it went on maybe for 45 minutes. Wow. They emptied all my house. They left with my cars. My husband, I couldn't hear any sound of his voice no more. So I didn't even know if he was alive or not. And me, I was just on this chair with Chelsea. And then when they left, I got out of the chair. I ran to get help outside, someone to help us. And my house was just like blood everywhere, broken everywhere. And I was like, they just ruined my life in one little evening. We just come back from holiday and they've ruined our life. And I was like, I never want to go back to this house. I never want to stay in this country again. Since now, it's been 2 years that I came to live in Dubai. I'm 28 years old. I have 2 kids. I cannot stay in my house alone, even in Dubai. So much I'm scared. If I hear one noise, I'm scared. If I hear someone screaming downstairs just because they are watching TV, I'm going to freak out. And this is even worse than what they've took in my house. They've took my peaceness inside me. I have no more peace. I'm stressed of everything. I'm scared of everything now because of these people. So I just went out to the hospital with my husband and Chelsea because they put gas in Chelsea's face. So I didn't know if she was breathing also. So they went to hospital and I was talking with the police, panicking. And I was like, where are we going now? Because I'm not going back to that house. And my husband just told me, did you like them holidays in Dubai? And I was like, yes. He said, then just let's go. And we arrived in Dubai. We didn't even know what we were doing here. We went to live in a hotel in GBR. I was like, where are we going now? We just stay in this hotel. We have no more clothes. We came to Dubai with nothing. We had no more. So I didn't even take a suitcase. We just come here. He said, don't worry. We go shopping. You'll buy clothes. We just lived in that hotel in GBR for 1 week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks. And then we found a house. And then there, maybe finally my life was starting to come again. Like happy, family. We could eat in a normal house, have good time. And everyone was telling me, don't be scared in Dubai. It's fine. Nothing will happen to you here. It's fine. And I was so scared. And then I realized that I was happy here and less scared than in France. So I just say, okay, let's just stay here. Let's buy a house here. Let's make our new life here. New friends, new life, new everything. Because I didn't even know how these people got into my house. Maybe one of my friends told them where is my house, how to come in my house. I just don't know anything about what happened. And it's very difficult for something to happen like this in your own country because this is your home. This is where I come from. And this was my house, my family house. And they just break your heart because they think it's just to steal money, but just that's what I was telling them, take the money, take the jewelry, take everything. Just don't stab my husband, don't touch him. And I was like, why are they so horrible? Why is so mean just because we're famous and they don't support that? Why would you threaten someone so much just because you're jealous? Jealousy makes people come crazy. And in France, it's like this. They just hate people that have money. They just hate people that work out to have jobs or if you come someone, they don't like you. In France, you have to be poor and shut your mouth and no one would do anything to you. If you come famous and you're rich, then everyone hates you. That's how it goes.
I'm trying just to imagine, I'm a father also of 2. And when I talk to different people about what really hurts them, it's not usually about them. It's about somebody they love, whether they want to protect them but they can't. And somebody asked me once in an interview, they're like, Anas, you always ask the question, let me ask you, what is the hardest thing? So what I answered, is something that I think you felt. I told them, for me, the hardest thing is I've been in very tough moments in my life, and usually I'm the eldest brother. So I'm the guy who usually fixes something. But there are moments in my life where I was helpless.
Yeah.
And somebody I really love in my family is in pain, and I can't do anything. Yeah. And I hated that feeling. So when you were saying you hear his voice somewhere there, you have your baby that you're thinking, as a mother, I will throw her out of the window just to protect her. Yeah. It's not about you anymore.
No, nothing was about me. And that's what I tell when I see like therapists, doctors, I just say, me in my life, I've always been a strong girl, always. I was scared of nothing in life. But that night, I just felt like I cannot do anything. They're just like ruining our life. Maybe my husband is dead, I cannot do, if I move, maybe they will kill my baby. So I cannot do anything. And I was like in so much pain, not for me, for them. I was like, I have to save one of them. Maybe if he's gone, I have to get Chelsea outside. If they kill me, I don't want her to see me die. I didn't care about dying that night. I was just so scared, like, what's going to happen to them? What's going on? And you cannot do anything. They would just look at you with their mask, their guns, and just tell you to shut your mouth, and you cannot do anything. In real life, if you would talk to me about this story, I would have told you, if this happens to me, I would just stand up and punch him in the face. But it's not true. You cannot do anything. You're just like this, like someone is controlling you and everyone around you. And it's just like horrible nightmare.
Yeah, I was going to ask you if you talk to somebody after it, for a therapist or a psychologist, because it's trauma. Yeah. And like you said, now any sound you hear from the living room, or you hear something on the roof, you'll freak out.
Freak out. Anything. I'm just scared of everything. I cannot stay alone in my house. This is not normal. I'm scared. I just like, please come back home quick, because I'm scared. And I've seen some doctors, but not too much, because I can speak it I can talk about this story with my friends, with my family very easily. And I think that maybe only just God will one day get this out.
I think talking is so important. Yeah. I'm always afraid for the people that keep things inside, because that becomes a volcano. Yeah. It will either explode outside or it'll implode inside. Yeah. And they'll be depressed or suicidal or whatever. And it's really been bothering me to think, like, even what happened in Beirut. Yeah. And I see all of these kids in these videos that, the window just crashes and the kid is on the floor and he gets up and he's so confused, like, what's happening? And I think this kid, for the next 4 or 5 years at least, every little sound will scare him. Yeah. And that's where I'm afraid, what you said, they could take my money, but they just, in 1 hour, they affected his life and your life and maybe your baby's life forever. Yeah, that's true. How crazy is that? 1 hour. 1
hour, and especially if it's only for money, just take and go. But this was not only for money. This is really to scare us.
Like revenge, you said.
This is revenge, and it's really changed our life for real. Like, thanks God, my daughter, she was very small, because if she was like now 2 or 3 years old.
To be scary, yes.
How scared would she be?
Absolutely.
But she still has little problems because of me. Because every time I hear something, I go like this. So now she does the same. Every time she hears a noise, she's scared. If she hears a door close, she's scared. But that's because of me. And my husband is always telling me, control yourself. But I just,
it's tough.
It's difficult.
It's a journey. It's not a switch. Yeah. And not in one day you'll be fine. It's you work on yourself. You talk and you express yourself, and people who understand you and people who have been in similar things
situations.
Will help. It will help. You have good stories. Let's see. So the other story that you mentioned lightly, you said you in your young age, you saw so many big, sad maybe moments, we'll call them, of people losing their life, and you're like, life is too short, fuck this. Yeah. I don't want to go to school, I will not go to school. I want to be happy, I want to do what I believe in, I know me. Yeah. You said one that, and I read something, by the way, one of the things that I read, that you never got over an ex-boyfriend passing away. Yeah. That it stayed with you. Yeah. Is this true? Yeah. So this is the motorbike?
Yes.
Okay. So how do you deal with that at a very young age? Because young people dying is very sudden.
Yeah.
Old people, we kind of expect it.
Yeah.
Yes, we get prepared. But to lose suddenly somebody...
It's, I think when you're young and this happens, you just don't accept the situation. Like, it cannot be possible. You know, when you're young and you think, because you're not, but you think that you're loving someone and life would just go away. This is you're going to start thinking like, does God exist? Is he really here? Why did this happen? Why so young this would happen? And then for me, it started from there. I started to be a naughty girl. I was like, I hate everyone. I'm not doing anything. I didn't want, never, no more speak to boys, no boyfriend, nothing. I don't want to talk to no one. Like really, I just didn't accept that this happened like this way. I didn't accept that why him and not me, and why not just both of us, and why? And I've seen this really so many times in my life.
And the same with the friend that jumped.
Yeah. Same.
She fell. She didn't jump.
No, she didn't jump. She fell down.
Man, that's crazy.
Yeah. And then I went to, in France, there was Attentat in Nice, and I was there. And I was like filming myself on Snapchat. And behind me was the truck coming. And I would just see people in front of me screaming. I'm like, what? I just let go of my phone, turn around and see everyone running. So I would just run also and hide in a little restaurant on the side. And when they released us, I would just come out and see so many people dead. And I was like, look, I lost my friends, of course. I lost my bag, my phone, so I couldn't contact anyone. My mum, she knew that I was there, so she thought I was gone. She's like, this time she's gone. And I see children on the floor, and I see adults and grandpa, and I was like, again? This is not normal. Like, this is not normal for my age to always see, like, terrific things like this. And then after this, that robbery in my house, and I was like, I'm done. I'm leaving this country. Not possible.
You said that you questioned, I don't talk about religion, so I'm going to talk about the bigger picture, believing in a creator, believing in God. You said that when you see at a young age these moments, it makes you think, how does this even make sense? Why would a good person fall off a balcony, for example, right? And you start to question, and you might lose faith or you might lose belief in God. But in the beginning of the interview, you said, I'm happy, I believe in God, I have my family. So how did you build faith again?
I just started not believing in God no more. I was like, okay, he doesn't maybe really exist. Maybe he doesn't believe in me, so I would just not believe in him. And then when you grow up, you just realize that, no, this is just life. This is just what happens. Like, some people, they born, some people, they die. Some trees, they grow up, and some trees, we cut them down. And this is just life. And you cannot, like, always... I was trying to find someone to accuse. This is your fault. And for me, this is his fault, you see? And I'm like, this is wrong. This is not the way we should think, you know? And then my husband, he really believes in God so much. And he was like always telling me every time I'm angry, no, he's not here. And he was like, stop saying this. This is bad. You know, God, it cannot be everywhere for everyone. He's just here and that's it. And, oh my God, I'm going to go in sad thing again. But last year, so here in Dubai, we were doing my TV show, and my son Caden, everyone was like, where's Caden? Where's Caden? And we find him dead in the swimming pool. Yes, and I just, here again, I'm up, and I just hear my husband screaming again, and I was like, what's going on again? And just run down, and he's jumped, I see him through the stairs, like jumping in the swimming pool, taking Caden out. And I just arrived like this, and my baby, he just blew and very hard, very solid. It's finished. He's not here, not breathing, no more. So everyone is just holding me. I'm screaming on the floor. And my husband, he's not a doctor, right? I don't know how he did this. He just pumped him, and braked his ribs. And the water came out. So we heard him breathe again. His eyes opened and closed again. So I was like running everywhere. Very scared about what's happening again. No. He cannot take my son. Not my son. This is not possible. And God was here, because just next to my house there was ambulance. I live in District 1. There was no reason for ambulance to be here on the next door. They were here. I don't know why. So my friend would just go out to call the ambulance, but he sees the ambulance in front of him, so come quick. They take Caden, and we went for a hospital. He stayed in coma in the hospital for 7 days here in Dubai. And 7 days, I was like praying God, God, please give me back Caden, please, please, please. I was like, I'm too weak now to go through this again. This is not possible. This is more than my whole life. This is my son. I'm sorry. I was like telling myself to God, I'm sorry these days where I didn't believe in you. I'm sorry if sometimes I forgot you. I'm so sorry if sometimes I thought that everything was happening was your fault. Please give me this chance. Give him back. I was like praying for 7 days. I stayed in the hospital sitting on the chair. I didn't want to go shower because I was scared to go home, take shower, and then they would call me and something happened. I'd stay 7 days in that hospital on the chair waiting for him to wake up. And I would just tell him every day, you're going to wake up, you're going to wake up. And then thanks God, he waked up, he got back. And then I just said like, you see, this, instead of going against God saying like, what are you doing to me again? Look what you're doing to me again. I would just go with him and ask him to help me. And this is because I'm coming more big, you know? And I realized that instead of accusing people, you should ask help. Instead of thinking that people are not with you, ask them to be with you, you see? And this is the same for God, but this is the same for people. This is the same for family, for friends. Don't tell, my friends are not here to help me. Did you ask them for help? Go, say, I need you. Guys, I need you to come with me. I need you to talk to me. And then you can say if the people are here or not. But you cannot accuse people without asking help.
It's powerful. She's killing me, man. I'm getting emotional. It's a miracle with your son. Like, alhamdulillah. But something I'll tell you that I think. You said that to build faith in God, you went through moments like that. And I was thinking while you're telling me all these stories, God wants her here. Like all of these stories, somebody is gone, but you're here.
Yeah.
Somebody's gone, you're still here.
Yeah.
I don't, there's a message, there is something that me and you don't know, but you're meant to stay.
Yeah, that's what I
and you've been through tough ones.
Yeah, I think about this.
You know?
And I'm like, why every time he leaves me here? Why I'm staying here? There must be a reason. And more I'm growing up, and more I'm realizing why. Strangely. Should I just tell you this story?
Yeah, of course.
When I was small, my dream was to work in a foster house or to be sort of like teachers for kids that don't have parents. All this. I've always loved all these stories. And then I started actually TV because I became a celebrity, and I was like, yeah, this is what I want to do. And now I'm like, look, I have money. I have beautiful houses here in Dubai. I have beautiful family. I have beautiful everything. But I'm sure with this money I can do something crazy. And this is why maybe God is leaving me here, because everyone cannot do this. There's some things in life, if you do it, you have to do it with your heart. Mm-hmm. And not everyone can feel this thing that I feel. But I feel that my dream is maybe not to work in a foster house, maybe it's to build one. I was like getting into the news and seeing that, like here, for example, in UAE, you don't have foster house. This is not into, and like I was like, why one day I would just not make a beautiful house with beautiful rooms and take all the kids that, not only kids that have been abandoned, maybe just kids that their parents are gone, maybe kids that don't have anyone to keep them. And I was like, right, maybe what I want in life is here or somewhere else in a different country, anywhere in the world, is I'm going to build a beautiful house and get lots of kids and work there and make them happy, and one day maybe give them to families that are looking for kids. Myself, I want to adopt one kid. My husband, when I was telling him in the beginning, he thought like, it's difficult, to adopt a kid. And I was like, no, but this is what I want, because I know that I can love this kid exactly the same way I can love mine. Because, like I said, it's easy to make our own kids. It's another story to adopt kids and change their lives.
Yes.
And when that day when your son or your daughter would grow up and say to you, "You're my mommy," but he knows that you're not his genetic mommy. This is even more wow than your own kid saying, "You're my mommy." Of course I'm your mommy.
Absolutely.
And all these things are making me believe that this is maybe why I'm here.
I'll say a few things. So one, I think with power comes responsibility. Some people don't take responsibility. They're just rich and famous and they're useless. They're useless. They just make other people feel that they don't have anything and they have everything.
Exactly.
And then there are people who see that if God gives me power and money and wealth,
Must be a reason.
I need to be more responsible with it. So that's where you're now reaching. This style, and timing is important, because maybe if you wanted to open a foster care 10 years ago, 15 years ago, you wouldn't have had the knowledge, the experience, or the money to do something impactful.
Yeah, solid.
Now you're growing to build wealth, build money, build business, and you're like, okay, now I have power. I can go today on Instagram or something and I say, guys, I want you to support. Come and volunteer. Come and build this house with me.
Yeah.
They will come.
Yeah.
So now you have that. So I think that's very important. And about the orphans, my brother, one of them, is adopted. And my mother said something, and she's like, your natural kids, you automatically love them.
Yeah.
The adopted one, you teach yourself. You learn to love them.
Yeah.
Very different.
Completely.
And then my brother, I remember, she remembers the day he called his foster dad, her current husband. He called him dad the first time.
Yeah.
And my mother remembers that day. So you see, it's that moment where the orphan sees you now as the mother.
Yeah.
And they'll say mama or whatever. Yeah. It's very powerful.
This is magic of life, really. And you know what I'm going to say? I would never say this in French interview, but I would just say it here. I have everything in life to be happy, but I'm just bored. I would just go to the Y Mall, do massive shopping, and actually I don't care. I just buy, I'm tapping this bag, yeah, okay, I take this one, and I don't care. I don't feel anything inside. Like, I'm not going home excited. If I was excited, okay, good. I'm not. I don't feel happy, I don't feel excited about this stuff. Because this is it became like, normal. Okay. No, not even normal. Just like, actually, who cares about this? No one. But I feel so much inside my heart, like so much exciting and so much happiness and smiling, just believing in one project that is not even started. It's like, just like in my dreams, one day maybe I'm going to do this, makes me feel happy.
You will.
Because I feel that this is the right, this is the good, I'm making good. And this is what I want to show, because this is who I am. I'm not only like Jazz from the TV and Jazz putting makeup and Jazz buying shopping and blah, blah, blah. I'm not only this girl. I'm also this girl that's been through so much things in her life. And I believe that if I leave this world one day, of course I want my kids to never forget me and love me all their life, but I want to leave something here. Something that I've made, something that made people feel better in their life.
Yeah, I relate. How is it being a mother?
Oof, best thing in life.
Yeah?
Yeah, it's very difficult to be social media mommy, TV mommy, and mommy. Because of course, there's sometimes I have to leave them on the side because I'm on my phone, or exactly the same way that people go to work. But me, I feel sad. Like, I'm telling my husband, you sure I'm a good mom? You sure I'm good? I'm not ignoring them too much with my phone. Are you sure that having nannies, like having maids helping me, it's okay? He's like, yes, it's okay. And I'm like, because people judge me all the time.
Of course.
Like, you need nannies to help you with only 2 kids. And oh yeah, maybe they're right. And then I'm like, no, because if I don't have them, I cannot do my job. And if I cannot do my job, we won't have this life. So it's very difficult. But in the other way, it's like, my kids, I'm not the one to make them happy. They are the ones that made me happy. And I'm not the ones that saved them, they saved me. Because if I'm who I am now, and if I'm still here, and if I'm happy like every morning when I see their little face, it's because I'm so proud of my kids. They are so small, but I just think that they've changed my life. In like only 2 years, they've made me feel that being a mommy is making you feel that you exist. It's sometimes more than husband or anything else. Your kids is your kids.
Yeah,
that's why you know why you're here.
It's a very natural love.
Yeah.
It's born, it comes out when you have kids.
It's powerful.
It's very powerful. It's a different love.
Yeah.
I can't compare it to anything.
Sometimes I say, it's not same love, mummies and papa, but like my husband said, yes, it is exactly the same. I'm like, no, would you choose your mom or your papa? He said both. I'm like, no, if you have to choose, you choose mama, right? That's it.
And how is it being a wife?
Being a wife is very important, I think, in our generation, because today with our generation, with social media, with TVs, with movies, you see so many crazy things that if the girls, they don't go right, they go wrong. You don't have any option. Like, I think I'm scared myself for my kids. Like, what is my daughter going to see on social media? What is she going to watch on TV? How is she going to come? I'm going to try and tell her, don't be scared of having family. Don't be scared of having husband. Don't be scared of having kids. And this is what I tell to French people on my social media every day. And I have so many people telling me, thank you. Because of you, now my husband or my boyfriend, he wants to have kids. Before he don't want, because he thinks having kids is coming old. No, you can be young and have kids. This is fine. And it's important because it's going to make you feel insecurity. It's going to make you be in the right position. I wouldn't want in my life or in my kids' life do stupid things and regrets. Too many girls are going out with too many boys, and this is the generation how we're living. And Instagram and all this is so easy to chat with people. But then one day, all these girls probably will regret and feel sad and think that they've done the wrong things. And this is scary about our new generation. And at the same time, of course, being a wife is difficult, huh? It's like, yeah, of course.
It's a job also.
It's fighting. You have to be, okay, always go in the same direction because we are family, right? So we have to go in the same direction too. It's difficult, especially me. I like to always have the last words. And my husband, he doesn't accept this. So we fight a lot. And also, we expose so much our family and so much our love. Of course, we have problems. Girls are writing message to him. I get angry. You see, men will send message to me, so he will get angry. And like, it's difficult being a couple in real life and on social media life. It means everyone knows about you. Everyone is talking about you.
They're all sleeping on the same bed with you.
Yes.
You have to put extra blankets and extra.
Sometimes I'm like, we're going out, these girls, they just come and speak to him. And I'm like, is this a joke? They don't know he has wife. They don't care. They just want him. Yeah. They want his life, his cars.
But that's a question. Is it difficult to be married to a good-looking man who gets a lot of attention? You get a lot of attention, of course, but
it's not the same.
It's not the same?
No.
But is it easy? Because I don't know. An insecure woman or a jealous woman, good luck.
She dies.
She cannot.
Really? I think in the beginning, I was like, I would refuse this situation. Like, I'm not staying with him. This is not possible. Everyone is looking at, and maybe it's not because it's only my husband. It's true. He's a good-looking guy, and the girls, oh my God, he's cute. He has money. He's famous. He has kids. This makes them all crazy. They're all like this.
Full package, yeah.
And I'm like, sometimes I can get jealous, really, like bad, like, and then I'm like, why am I jealous?
He's mine.
We married together. We have kids together. He knows one thing wrong, bye-bye. So I think he will not do something wrong. I hope for him. But
would you though? Sorry for the honest question or straight question. I've had this debate a lot with my mother, because my mother is also in life coaching, and it's very tricky topic. So I go on Instagram and I'll ask, and I'll say, if you ever find out that your boyfriend or your husband cheated. A lot of women were like, never, I will never accept and I will leave. But then I've met a lot of women who have been in a relationship where one of them, either the woman or the man, they had an affair. Of course, the men usually way more than the woman. But then my mother also was saying, why do we make everything black and white? Why, if somebody makes a mistake, and I'm not saying the mistake is okay. I'm not saying it's okay to cheat. But does that mean automatically break a house, break a marriage, break everything? Or each case is different? For example, let's say we know a family, they have 5 kids. They've been together 16 years.
Yeah.
The guy was bored for a year. They've had a bad relationship, no communication. He's always traveling. She's always, I'm making this up.
Yeah, I understand.
And then he had an affair. He got a prostitute, or he met a girl in a restaurant and he slept with her. He comes back to his country and he says, I'm really sorry, this is what happened. She's like, okay, fuck you, bye. So I'm like, it's not that easy. No. I wish life was that simple, but I feel...
Should I be really honest?
Yeah.
I would not go.
You wouldn't leave?
No, I wouldn't leave.
Yeah.
But then I would come hell.
Yeah.
For him and for me.
Yeah.
You see?
Yeah.
That means that for me, you break something very important.
Yes.
This is our family, right? So I'm not going to break now my kid's heart because of you. So I'm going to stay here every day. But now you've breaked our trust. Now I hate you. I don't love you no more. So then you're just going to have to deal with it. And then you're going to feel bad and I'm going to feel bad and we are not going to be happy no more. So the best solution is to not do anything.
Yeah, for sure.
Because you know what? I'm going to be honest. If I cheat on him, I prefer him to leave me than to stay with me. What do you prefer? You prefer someone who tell you, now I don't like you, go and do your own life, or stay with you and drive you crazy every day?
I wouldn't stay. I can't. Life is too short. I want to be happy. The thing is, it's a very tricky topic. That's why it's so popular. When you talk about love, there are hundreds of books of love about marriage. Today you go and do a video on Instagram about marriage, it will fly because everybody's confused. Everybody doesn't know what's the best way. And we had a very recent interview that we released about marriage and kids with 3 men.
Oof.
So it was so interesting. I had a guy who's married for 20 years, happy, a divorced one, and a single one who's over 30. So the mix was crazy. And everybody's like, oh, like we want to see what the men think. Why do they do? Why do they cheat? How do they have a successful marriage? And it's so complex.
So different.
So complex, the whole discussion. And yes, I do think when you break somebody's heart like that, it's very difficult to build trust again. Yeah. It's not impossible, but it's hard.
Yeah.
I think it takes a lot of work.
A lot of time.
And in today's, Jazz, in today's life, if Laurent is not your friend, it's not gonna work. If you're not his friend, it's not gonna work. Yeah. In my opinion.
I'm okay with this.
Before, when I always say, when our parents or our grandparents got married,
different
it was
generation.
Simple. I just want kids. I want a house.
Yeah.
Thank you. Do whatever you want. Now it's more about, like you said we have to move in the same direction.
Yeah.
If you're in different directions, it's not gonna stay.
No.
You're not happy anymore. You want to go home and be like, you know what happened today? I'll tell you what happened. Come, let's talk. Let's have a coffee. It should be this.
Yeah.
You know, it's not like, oh my, like sometimes I always say, I talk to some guys, where are you going? I'm going home. And I'll be like, where are you going? He's like, I have to go back home to my wife. I'm like, why are you looking so sad to go home?
Yeah.
That's already a huge bad sign that you shouldn't be. Life is short. Don't stay. Or fix it.
Yeah.
Or fix it. Do something.
Yeah.
But not looking, I'll stay more in the shisha so I don't go home.
Yeah, that's true.
Like, that's messed up.
No, it's, I think also that your husband or your wife is supposed to be one of your best friends.
Absolutely.
Not at all, because the things you cannot say the same way, but there's someone that you have to trust, him. You want to laugh? Him. You want to go out? Okay. Everyone would tell me all the time, like, you don't mind going out all the time with him? I'm like, no, because we have fun. I don't go out with him to spy on him, or he doesn't go out with me to see what I'm doing. We just go out together like as friends because we have good fun and we laugh. Yeah. And then sometimes we just go home and we fight. But then next day it's better, so it's fine.
What are you afraid of?
What do you mean, in life?
In general, in life.
No, I would say too much things. But the thing that I'm most scared of, and I shouldn't be scared of, is of course death.
You are?
Yeah. Yeah. This is something that makes me scared. If I would be scared to die, it's not because my life would stop. It's because I would say, my kids, I'm not here no more. Or my husband, he goes with the car. I get angry if he doesn't tell me when he arrives somewhere. Not because I want to know where he is, because I don't care. I just want to know that you arrived. My kids, everything. Like my husband would put her on the swing. I'm like, slowly, go slowly, you see? Because everything makes me scared that there would be an accident. This is the most biggest thing in the world.
What's your insecurity?
I don't know.
Are you insecure about your looks? Are you insecure about, I don't know, anything?
Like you mean like
money.
Me or money?
Because for example, somebody will be insecure about how their nose looks.
Yeah, okay.
Somebody will be insecure that they always feel they don't have money because maybe their childhood was difficult. So there's different insecurities for different people.
Me? Nothing.
No insecurity? You're not human then.
No, yes I am. I'm not scared of all this because, like as I said, I think that for the moment, right now, I have a lot and I have everything that I want. I have beautiful family, beautiful friends, beautiful job. I have money. Physically, I don't care really. I'm one of these girls that like. I think just like everyone is cool. That's it. We like we are. No need to cry. I hate my friends when they cry. Look, I'm fat here and look this. And I'm like, who cares? You're like this anyway. So just get over it. We don't care, you know? Like I wished I had very big curly hair. I don't have. I have straight hair and that's it. You see? But all these things don't affect me.
So you're at peace?
Yeah. Yeah, really.
Any regrets?
In my life? Yeah. I trust too much people.
You get backstabbed a lot then.
Yeah. Too much. I get like so many friends, so many people that I trust, just cheat on me all the time. Or if not, they're here for interest, or they're here because it's cool to hang out with us, or to go out with us, or they just want to be me.
It's very tricky.
And then I'm just like realizing, oh, actually, I don't have so many friends.
Good.
You see?
Don't.
Yeah, and now I'm learning.
Have less than 5, maybe.
I'm learning. Jazz, you have friends, it's enough. Stop thinking that every time that someone is nice, he is true. Because I think everyone is like me, how I would be with you. Like if I'm your friend, I would say, I'm happy, or I'd say, go away, I don't want to speak to you today. But I would tell you.
I wish it was like that.
So I'm just like expecting that my friends are like this with me. But no, not everyone is the same. And then I hate the liars and I hate people that cheat. So have too much arguments with people, but then it's fine.
What's the best moment in your life so far?
So far, the best moment of the best day of my life is the day where my son he came back, and before this is the days when they are both born.
Such a mother answer, you know. The worst moment, I know you told me some very tough ones. Is there one that is bigger, or it's one of those?
Strangely, like I said to the doctors, I don't know why this one, but for me, probably because I became older and mommy. But the worst one for me would be what you call it in English?
Which one?
With my husband and Chelsea.
Not the robbery.
Yes, the worst one would be the robbery for me, because the other ones are same dramatic or worse, but I don't know why this one is the one that really slapped me in my face.
Okay, last question before I bring Mr. Laurent.
Okay.
Jazz in one word.
In English it's difficult. In French I have the word.
Tell me in French, we'll try to translate it.
Extrême.
Extreme?
Yes.
In everything?
In everything. I love you to the moon, I hate you to the moon. You see? I would do anything for you, I would do nothing for you. This is how I am in general life on everything.
I know what you mean.
I do it if I want to do it. If I don't want to do it, I would just not do it. Okay. This is who I am.
Mr. Ta'al. Yeah, we'll bring a chair now. Good one, huh? Good. You know, she has great stories.
Great and
I will say great. Jazz, I don't want to look at them as negative, although they're negative. But I would say you learn so much from negative. It makes you today who you are today. You know, and even you. I mean, she explained that night I would like to know your side, because I'm like you, I'm a father. How was it that difficult night? And if you need to speak in French, speak in French. If you want to speak in English, speak in English. But how is it for a father to be in a situation where your wife, you don't know where she is, your child, you don't know, and you can't do much?
I will try to say it in English. I think the most difficult part was you couldn't do anything. So you are the man, so you are the man of the house. So you have to protect your wife, you have to protect your children. And in this situation, they take you the part of the man. So they take you all out, and you feel like this. You cannot do anything. You feel like you are nothing. You cannot do anything. You are nothing. Like you are not a man anymore. So you don't trust in you anymore, and it's difficult. That point was the worst. So I can see her, I can listen to her. I see she's good, she's attached, but she's good. They are not doing some things, but I cannot move, and I'm screaming like a girl. So you feel like, okay, she's looking like me, she's looking at me like this, and the position is very difficult. But I think all of these stories, the bad things, the good things, make you like the person you are after, and this is the most important things. All that happened to us, I think, was very bad for sure, but for me, make me a lot more stronger. Now in my life, I'm very stronger. You can do anything to me, it will not happen to me. It will not affect me. Only my children, my wife can affect me. Someone else, I will just go away and it's finished. I can control anything. In this time now, I'm 24 years old, and I think I can control anything in my life.
It's a very tough situation, but also man, you were very honest in your answer, which I appreciate. You said you were screaming like a girl, and it takes a man to say that.
It's difficult.
You have to be a real man to say it so openly that, Anas, I was weak in that moment. I was screaming. I felt like I'm not a man. Like I think all of us would feel the same thing, because we're supposed to save or help, and when you can't, it's a very bad feeling.
And after you feel like, because in this period I was like the man who's showing too much off in the social media. I was the man showing too much money, jewelry, car, and everything. She was a little bit on the side, not like this. I was the first like this, and I was feeling, okay, all this is my fault. All this happened to us is my fault. So I was thinking she will think this also, and I was bad. Very long time I was bad, and I was like treating her like I want to show her I'm a man again, but in the bad way at the beginning, because I feeling bad, inside.
That would explain maybe a lot for you, Jazz. Also, I don't know how the period was after that, but maybe his behavior was a reaction to how he felt. So he needs to prove to you that I am strong, I am reliable. It's a very tricky.
Yeah, it makes me feel sad that he feels that way. Because, in my heart, I never thought, he didn't do anything. He didn't help us. He didn't come and save me. Never. I did, because we are family. I'm not thinking that he was supposed to do this, but I understand when he tells me, sometimes he's like, understand that I felt like sometimes he's just going to prove me things. And I'm like, why are you proving me this? And he's like, because I want you to know that I'm a man. And I know you are a man. But inside, in his heart, he wants to show me all the time now. Don't worry, I control the situation. Don't cry, I will sort this out. Don't worry, I'm getting in touch with it. And I'm like, why you always wanted to control everything? But this is because he felt this. And I understand, because I spoke with many men friends telling me, if they would do this to me in front of my wife and my kids and I couldn't help, I would feel exactly the same way. I feel like I'm shit. And this is worst thing in the world for a man, to feel that you're not a man.
Yes.
And at the same time, he, like you say, he's so brave to say it.
Absolutely. So. It takes so much to say it.
Yeah.
Because most men will say, I wanted to do something, but
I was stuck.
Whatever, like some bullshit, just so he wants to show.
Anything.
But to say, you know what, Anas, I was fucking scared. I was useless. It's okay. It was a situation. If you do something, maybe it will become worse.
Yeah.
Like something bad will happen. So, but I also understand him, because we are brought up as men with a lot of programming, like women, all of us are programmed from a young age, a man should do this, a man should do this, a man should protect, a man should fight, a man should... So the moment, let's say, I get in a fight in front of my brothers and the guy beats me and I am nothing, I will feel embarrassed in front of my brothers because they'll be like, oh, look, my elder brother, maybe they don't think like that, I think like that.
Yeah.
So he thinks, you're like, no, you know, you're my love, I still see you as the best man.
Yeah.
But it's how we feel inside. It's difficult sometimes.
Of course, I understand.
To get out of it. But okay, you said something also, Laurent, so that you were showing off a lot. A lot of people, even today, they'll say on your social media, it's brands, it's watches, it's cars, it's all this show. Do you think, Anas, this is me, this is my style, I don't care how they feel, or is it showing off? What is it? What does it represent?
I feel like I have to say to all the people, everything is possible. Because when I was young, I was very poor. I was nothing. My life was good. My mom was always good and everything, but my life in all, the package was not good, you know? And it was very difficult for my dad, my mom. They separate. I was very young, they divorced. And all was difficult. So I grew up like...
Very poor family. Like he would see people... He would see people wear Dior, for example, you know? He would buy a logo and stitch it on his clothes, you see? Because he wanted to be same like everyone. He would have one pair of shoes, even they are size 43, his size 39, he would put. You see what I mean?
Yes.
So he wanted to be like everyone. And he was like, his mom couldn't give money, nothing. He wouldn't have like same us, money to go to school, to buy candy, or like me, I would have everything. I would ask anything for my birthday, I would have. He would have nothing. So he was frustrated, I think, when he was small about this, and he wanted to fight against life.
It builds you hunger.
Yeah,
Yes.
and so I want to say to all the people, everything is possible. You just have to be motivated and to work a lot. So, and persevere. And
Persevere, yeah.
And persevere.
And do you say, Laurent, would you say that you have worked very hard on yourself?
I work very hard myself.
Yeah?
Yeah.
And this comes because you're hungry for life. You want to prove, you want to...
Yeah, and I'm still starving always.
You know,
I can
to be
starving
honest,
always. I will never be full, I think.
I'm the same, I think.
sometimes he would make even me or my family angry. Like, for example, my sister would tell me, Khalala, why is he filming against his new watch like this? And I would like tell her, you know, I understand what you're feeling. I understand even people what they're saying that he's showing off. But I swear to God, he's only showing because he's proud of himself. He's like, oh, he would say to me, oh, look, I'm so proud to have my new watch. And he would film it, not to show off, not to tell I have. He doesn't, no, because he's the first man I know in my life. You know, tomorrow he has friend like this, he has nothing, he will take out, he will give him. You see?
Which is also dangerous.
What's it also dangerous?
Because then you have the wrong kind of friends sometimes.
Of course.
But some deserve. Some, you know, like
there's people that deserve.
You know how, yeah, some people deserve. And I, like both of you, I've learned a lot about people and friends. And you get backstabbed and you get good friends. Some people, and somebody told me this, he said, always look at the person when they're clapping for you, but not from their heart. So you come and say, we just got this new house. And you'll have people who are more than happy than you, more happy than you.
Yeah.
And you're like, okay, I'm happy, but you're happier for me.
Yeah.
Which is beautiful. But then there are people like, you know, they're
And
not,
inside is...
you feel they're not, maybe they're 8 out of 10 happy, but 2, they're jealous.
Yeah.
Or 3, they're jealous.
Yeah.
And you have to see it. And in your life, because now you're becoming popular and you have money, you'll find a lot of people like that. You have to filter, and just really zoom on that.
And there's people that are not like that, and especially like we talk about this often. Your community, like Emirati people, are not like that. They are not. Like, I'm going to explain myself. We have friends here, Ayub and Samira. They are local people. Okay, they are older than us, but I swear to God, they are our best friends. Like friends, real friends.
Yeah.
And sometimes, you know what happened? I tell to my husband, how come they are so nice? How come they love us so much?
There must be something.
Yeah. How come Samira, I would have like the biggest dress, she would be so happy for me.
Yeah. It's rare. Jazz,
every time I have problem, every time I have happiness, they are here. In the good and the bad. And they cry with me and they love with me.
Absolutely. I know what you mean.
And this is crazy for me. This is like, these people, and really now they are more than my friends. For me, they are my real family. These people love us more than even people. It's crazy. It's madness. Like
it's rare, huh?
I know now. I know, but in the beginning, I was like, "This is strange. Why they like us so much?"
It's good that you're like they have to prove. Look, trust is earned. You don't trust somebody. Come into my life, I'll trust you 100. No, this is wrong. You win trust.
With us,
with time, I have to prove that I am worthy of your trust.
No, I'm not like this. I'm different.
I am learning to be like this.
I can trust anyone.
Yeah.
I will trust. But if you fall, you will fall
You're out.
one time.
Yes.
You're out.
Yes.
For all life. But I will trust on you, and I will fall, but I will stand up again and more stronger again.
I saw somebody very famous, I don't know who it was, one of the maybe actors or something, was on an interview and said something exactly the same. He said, I'm not going to discount myself and how I love and how I care about people just because I've had bad experiences. I will give you 100%. But you break me once,
It's done.
Don't ever even call me. It's done.
Because I don't want to punish someone because the bad things happened to me before. It's not normal. And I don't want to change my mind. I'm like this, I think I'm like this. I don't want to control myself on it. I don't want to, okay, I like him, but no, I will not text him today. I will not go out with him, or I will not invite him to my home because maybe someone different inside. No, okay, you are someone different. One day you will show me, and this day I will take you out of my life. I'm done.
Yeah, it's one way to go about it. I want to ask a very different question, but I think it's important. One of the different rumors that I had, and I couldn't understand a lot of the things because it was in French, but I wish I can learn French. Yeah, but it said that you do a lot of your business as scamming. Scammers, like lying to people.
Arnaque. Yes, of course. Yalla, let's
That's
go.
true, but like
Yalla, let's
I
go.
don't even know what you do. I honestly don't. I don't know what your business model is. I don't know what your... So I'm like, why are these videos all out there and attacking like you're stealing money?
Okay, I was famous before because I was the most powerful and big page of betting in France.
Okay.
So I was famous for this, the first step in my life before I meeting my wife and everything. So I make the people, they win too much money with me. Too much. And after this, make me too much problems. Because when you win money too much people, all the bad people, or they win money on these people, they will scream on you, they will put bad things on you. So this start when one day they asked me to sell my company. I didn't sell it. I keep, no, this is my baby, I will keep it for life. I will keep it. This is my baby, I work for it every day, I stand up for it every day, I create him. So I don't want to sell it. Millions, I don't care about the price. I will never sell it. And since this day, all the social media, the TVs,
they killed
the government.
Him.
Like the government, they kill me. They cut my legs.
No,
down.
To explain, in France, there's a lot of tax on everything, okay? And what he made a platform where you would go and you would subscribe, like I'd say, for example, 20 euros a month. And every day you would see, today I tell you to bet on Paris that will win 2 against 1 against Chelsea, for example, okay? And France, of course, was not having tax on this because he made this platform. And France, when they don't have
this
tax.
was just advice.
Yeah, this was advice. And because it's advice,
okay.
consulting thing. And because it's advice, the France cannot take tax.
Okay.
So what they wanted to buy the company.
Or they don't tax.
So they offered a huge amount,
And he's like, no.
And he was like, no. And I'm like, yes, you're going to give it. And he was like, no, I'm not. Yes, you are. No, I'm not. Yes, you are. And then he said no to them. And then they said, okay, let's go option 2. Now we're going to have to destroy him. Because he was bringing too much money on this platform and taking the people out of the tabacs, like where you're supposed to bet and where they take tax.
Yeah.
Everyone was going on his website. So this was becoming a big problem. So then the TVs, they started saying that what he was doing was illegal. So of course, now that the people that subscribed on his website are like, oh my God, we're on something that's illegal. And it was not illegal because if not the lawyers, we would have been in jail if it was illegal. And from that, he had to stop. So I said, you see, look, you didn't take the money, now we're dead. And then the people, they hate him even more that he stopped. They're like, we was here with you, we trust you, and you make us lose money now because you're not here anymore. And he was like coming their papa, you know, like as if every month he had to help them
all
get
the way,
money.
they was not happy. All the way.
If they win, he was the hero in France. They would go, oh, billionaire, like this. He would make them lose.
Where's that name from? What's
Billionaire?
Yeah, why did you use
because
that?
this was my first page on Facebook.
Okay.
He just
Like
made it
5
up.
years ago.
Like, why did you make it up?
Bah.
Ici, à Dubaï.
Ouais.
Vas-y, dis.
Because the first time I come to Dubai, I come to Billionaire, to the club.
The club.
And so the billionaire stayed in my head.
And then one day he would come to me and he would tell me, you've never been to Dubai, right? I was like, no. He said, you know when you go in Dubai, there's this place that says billionaire Dubai, billionaire Dubai. And then he said, this is my name. And everything's strange because he chose this name, then we are in Dubai. But to be very honest, you know, betting is sometimes you win, sometimes you lose. Of course, he's not genius, right? Yeah. So most of the time he had the right match. But sometimes he made mistake.
Yeah.
And the people,
they'll kill you.
They kill him. And because there was too much people that have money that loved him because they were owning more money, so they were putting more and more and more amounts, but not in our pocket. We don't get any money of them in the betting, right? Us, it's only advertisement, but the only money we would win, it's by if you subscribe. All the rest is not ours. And then
it's consulting, advising.
One day they would lose, they would hate us.
And the company, because one day I make like 32 on 32, so 32 match, win on 32, so no faults.
Yeah.
So all the companies, they call me, you know, the big companies, I will not say the names because, but the big companies, they call me and they say, okay, you have to make the people lose.
Yeah.
And you will win money on the, however they bet, you will win money on the bet.
And I swear to God, they told him, I'm talking about massive, huge French companies, right? Like, and I was like, you're lying. And he was like, no, I swear to God, listen. And they'll tell him, like, Laurent, guy, you have to stop making them win. And like,
because the system doesn't work like
and
that.
because they was losing the money of the company. They was in negative.
The company was shooting down because, and I swear to God, on my 2 kids'
wasn't
life,
the World Cup.
This is for everyone to listen because what they are saying bad. My 2 kids' life, he'd tell them, fuck off. And he refused to make people lose. He said, never I'm going to go to sleep and think that I'm making volunteer make the people lose money.
On purpose,
never. And you see, this is the real life, but that's
but that's okay.
all these things on internet, they drive me crazy.
I will
and now it's my turn. Now it's my turn. Now, they say the same because, like, of course, I do advertising every day for shampoo, for lipstick, for a lot of things. And I don't know why. They decide, like, the lipstick, the website, one sponsor will pay me for one advertisement, all right? I'm not the one making the makeup. He's selling the makeup 19 euros, for example. So I would do the publicity, show the lipstick, look, it's very nice, 19 euros, blah, blah, blah. This stupid guy would say, oh, on this other website, it's 6 euros. So she is stealing us. I'm not the one taking the money. You see, they are stupid. Like, I mean, this is not my money. Me, if you buy or you don't buy, I'm still paid the same price.
Correct.
But they think, no, they think it's my money.
I think all we post is all
ours.
yours.
I tell them I'll be billionaire if this was all for
I don't understand.
Why the tattoo freedom?
Freedom?
What does freedom mean to you?
Because of all happened in our life, I think, for all.
Freedom from what? Or what is freedom for you?
Freedom of life.
To be whatever you want to be like financially independent. What is it?
To be the person you want and like to be free, to be free, to be like you want and safe.
Okay.
I was not happy of this on the face.
We did this after the lockdown.
Yeah, I said, like, why are you making tattoo on your face? You're crazy. And he was like, this is my word. I'm having it on my face. I'm like, okay.
Okay.
And I want all the people, they see it, they say, okay. If they don't feel free à l'intérieur d'eux, inside of them, I want they read it and they say, okay, why is writing freedom? And I will say, okay, you will understand one day. You will be free one day.
Are you happy?
Are you free? Are you happy? Yeah.
No, are you happy now in your life?
Me?
Yeah. Are you happy where you are with what you have?
I'm smiling.
That's good.
So I'm happy. Yeah, I'm happy.
Alhamdulillah. Well, thank you.
Thanks to you.
Thank you for coming.
Thank you.
Thank you. Enjoy it.